I forgot the entry code. Oh, is that so? It happens to the best of us. I'll buzz you in. Just a sec.
I'm sorry to bother you so suddenly, but I really wanted to thank you today. Thank you so much for helping my son.
I'm off. You have a great day at work too, Mom. It's Monday morning, the most dreaded time for any working adult. Still, I have to drag myself to the office.
Make sure to listen to your teacher and get along with everyone, okay?
But then I heard a cheerful voice that blew away my gloomy mood. My name is Seiichi Kizaki, and I'm heading to work while watching a mother and son I've never seen before in this 20-year-old apartment building. I'm 29 years old and work in sales for a food delivery company that provides convenient meal kits. Come to think of it, I think I saw movers here yesterday. It must be that boy's first day at his new school.
Good morning. I'm sorry for being so loud this early.
Not at all. It actually cheered me up. It's best when kids are full of energy.
Oh, thank you. We just moved in yesterday. I'm Minori Nakagome.
I'm Seiichi Kizaki. I hope your son gets used to his new school soon. I eventually became friendly enough with the new residents, Minori Nakagome, and her son Koda, to make small talk whenever we saw each other. I heard Minori works as a temp doing data entry on weekdays. I haven't asked her age, but she's probably a few years older than me. Koda is apparently in the 5th grade. It's been about a month since they moved in, but I haven't seen her husband even once. Maybe she's a single mother. One day, I was heading straight home early from a client's office, looking forward to the relaxing evening. The intercom from the main entrance buzzed. When I checked the monitor, I saw Koda, likely on his way home from school. Hey, what's up? I forgot the entry code. Oh, is that so? It happens to the best of us. I'll buzz you in. Just a sec. You're in. Thanks, Seiichi. He must have thought he could count on me. Forgetting the code is pretty cute, though. After I finished changing, my doorbell started ringing insistently. Wondering what was going on, I went to the door and found Koda standing there. Koda! Mister! Thanks for earlier. I didn't do too much, but I never expected him to come and thank me personally. It's clear that Minori has raised him well. His honesty and politeness warmed my heart. Thanks for coming all this way, but even though you know me and we've talked, you shouldn't come to an adult's apartment all by yourself. Oh, I think they mentioned that in a safety class at school. See? But I was really happy that you came to thank me properly. Just be careful from now on, okay? Okay. Koda nodded obediently and went back to his own apartment.
I'm sorry to bother you so suddenly, but I really wanted to thank you today. Thank you so much for helping my son.
That night, Minori came to my door. I never thought my doorbell would ring twice in one day. It was a new experience. Not at all. I had just gotten home myself, so the timing was perfect.
I'm so glad you were home, Seiichi. Actually, there's something else I was hoping to ask you. The thing is, Kota said he wants to talk with you more.
Koda did?
Yes, I'm sorry to bring this up, but my husband passed away from an illness. We've just moved here and he's trying his best to fit in at his new school. But since he just transferred, he doesn't have any friends to hang out with after school yet. So he ends up just talking to me all the time. I think he must be lonely.
Koda obviously loves his mom, but he probably needs a guy to talk to as well.
So I was wondering, well, if you'd be willing to have a meal with us sometime.
If that's all, then of course. I'd be happy to.
Really? I'm so sorry for asking something so bold.
No. I'm usually free on my days off anyway. Despite the difficulties of being in a single-parent family, Kota is honest, cheerful, and polite. And Minori is a mother who, despite being busy, deeply cares for him. I wanted to help them both, so I readily agreed.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll be in touch then.
And so, that Saturday, I was invited over to Minori and Kota's for lunch. The reason we decided to eat at their place instead of going out was...
And look! This card's effect triples when the opponent uses a dark attribute bug.
Whoa, that's so awesome!
Kota, lunch is ready, so stop showing him your cards.
But you never understand when I try to explain it to you, Mom. I want to show Seiichi. Look! This one's sparkly super duper rare special card.
No bugs, please, no bugs.
See? This is why.
It looks too real. It's so shiny and black and has 6 legs.
It's not a bug. It's a Caucasus beetle. How many times do I have to tell you?
Being a boy's mom seems tough. I like cards too, so I'm happy you're showing them to me. But Kota, let's eat first, okay?
Okay. But you have to see my other cards after we finish.
Thank you so much, Seiichi.
And just like that, we enjoyed a peaceful and pleasant meal together. After that, the 3 of us would go out to play soccer or catch. 2 weeks passed since that first meal. We had grown much closer, and since we were the guys, Kota and I started hanging out, just the 2 of us. Then one day...
There's something I want to ask you, Seiichi.
Me?
How can I get stronger?
Stronger? Kota, are you planning on fighting something?
Yeah, I am. I have to get stronger as soon as possible.
Why do you think that?
I want to protect my mom. My dad died suddenly from an illness. After that, my grandparents on my dad's side suddenly showed up and said they were going to take me. Nothing like that had happened before, but they started arguing with my mom about taking me, and that's why we had to move.
So it seemed they moved to escape from Minori's in-laws after a major falling out.
Besides, I haven't met them that many times, but I don't like them. They're both super nice to me. They buy me toys and give me an allowance. They always ask if I need anything, or if I'm having any trouble, but the way they treat my mom is horrible. My grandpa used to work for a big company before he retired, so I think he's rich. He harasses my mom, asking if she's struggling with money. Every time they say mean things to her, my mom looks so tired. She tries to hide it from me, but I really want to help her. That's why I want to get stronger and deal with my grandparents myself. My dad used to protect us from them, but he's not here anymore.
I see.
So, what should I do? Please tell me, Seiichi.
Well, the most important thing is for you to get genuinely happy and smiling every day, Kota.
That's it? What about lifting weights or training?
I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that's not the most important thing. That comes after you've done what your mother wants for you. Otherwise, you'd be ignoring her feelings. A real man protects the heart of the person he cares about too. I'm sure your dad in heaven was protecting you so that you both could live with smiles on your faces, right? The smart kid seemed to understand completely. He nodded firmly.
Yeah. When Dad was around, Mom and I were always smiling. I get it now. He was protecting our hearts too.
He sounds like a great dad.
Yeah. I'm really proud of him.
As he said that, Kota took out the smartphone he carries for safety and showed me a picture.
This is my dad. It's a photo from my kindergarten sports day.
Kindergarten? So this picture must be from about 6 years ago. Minori probably took it. It showed a smiling Kota and his father. It's a great photo. I'm sure her dad was incredibly happy.
Yeah.
All the other photos he showed me radiated so much happiness. I gently closed my eyes for a moment to swallow the emotions welling up inside me. Minori, what's wrong? Why are you in such a panic? It was 3 days after my talk with Kota, on my way home from work. When I got to the entrance, I ran into a very frantic Minori.
Seichi, have you seen Kota? His backpack is at home, so he must have come back once, but he hasn't returned and...
Please calm down. Kota has a phone, right? If you call him or track his GPS...
That's the thing. He left his phone at home.
I see. It's already December. It's definitely worrying that he's not home by 6:30 p.m. Things are dangerous these days. Just as I thought, it would be best to go to the police again for a proper search.
What's going on?
A woman who seemed to be on her way back from shopping spoke to us. I passed her in the building a few times myself. Actually, we can't find her son anywhere.
You mean the boy in upper elementary school? I saw him leaving with his grandparents this evening. What?
We listened to her story. She said it looked like Kota went with them willingly.
What does that mean?
Is it possible they were your parents, Minori?
Both of my parents have passed away, so the only people Kota would call grandpa or grandma are my in-laws. They must have taken him. I'm going to their house right now.
I'll drive. Get in. We thanked our neighbor for the information and dashed to the parking lot. I drove for an hour and a half with Minori giving directions. When we arrived at her in-laws' house, we could hear voices from outside. Hey, don't you run away!
What a naughty boy you've become. Stop right there. Kota! What are you doing to my son? Kota! Kota!
Mom!
He called back from the entrance. Along with the shouting, we heard frantic footsteps, and the door flew open.
Thank goodness, Kota.
Mom! I'm sorry!
Minori hugged Kota tightly as he rushed out. His in-laws, who followed him out, immediately started yelling at Minori, their faces red with anger.
What is wrong with this child?
I hope Mom's okay.
Just as the witness said, Kota had gone with them willingly. But there was a reason.
Your mother has been hospitalized with an illness.
I'll drive, so let's go see your mother together. That's right. After hiring a detective to find their apartment, they had lied to Kota. Worried for his mother, with the memory of his father's sudden death fresh in his mind, Kota agreed to go with the grandparents he disliked, but...
Huh? This isn't a hospital?
It seems your mother is still undergoing tests at the hospital, and we can't see her. So let's have you stay here tonight.
The car had arrived in his in-laws' house. It was there that Kota realized their true intentions. But it was too late.
You lied! Mom was never hospitalized, was she?
Realizing he's been tricked, Kota immediately tried to run. However...
Wait! We're sorry for tricking you, but this was to help you.
That woman is so sly. Moving without telling us. Everything's alright now. From now on, you'll live with your grandpa and grandma.
No! This isn't my home! I'm going back to my mom!
Kota bravely shouted what he felt. But to them, his cries seemed to mean something else entirely. You poor thing. That woman must have really brainwashed you.
Of course it's natural to be confused at first, but you'll soon realize it's much better here. I'll make you lots of delicious food and buy you anything you want. If you want, you can even call me Mom.
Don't be ridiculous! My mom is an amazing person who took care of me all by herself. You are not my mom. I only have one mother in this entire world.
Koda's direct words made even his in-laws flinch for a moment. He continued to shout.
I know you know. Dad collapsed because of stress. He was under so much stress because of you. And that's why he suddenly died. You killed him. You're not my grandparents.
What did you say?
That was the full story of how Koda was taken and why his in-laws were so enraged. After hearing all of this rattled off by the hysterical grandmother, I quietly ended the call.
It's because of how you raised him that he's turned into such a terrible child.
Look what you've done to our grandson!
I apologize on my son's behalf for calling you murderers. However, he wasn't lying. My husband's stress was, without a doubt, caused by you. Because you're like this. This child is. And another thing. I am, without a doubt, this child's mother. I gave birth to him and raised him.
In stark contrast to her hysterical in-laws, Minori, who had been listening calmly, spoke in a voice tight with anger.
If you don't like me, fine. If you think I seduced your son, that's fine too. But the fact that I am this mother's child is an undeniable truth for anyone to see. And he expressed his anger in response to that. Kota's anger is justified. He has grown into a very good boy. If you speak ill of him, I will not forgive you. How impudent! You seduced my son and sent him to an early grave. Give me back my precious son!
Stop it! Don't you dare touch my mom!
Koda!
Just as the grandmother was about to strike Minori, Koda stood in her way. A surprised Minori reached out to pull Koda back, and at that very moment... Police! Don't move! Why? Huh? You caught them, didn't you?
My son was taken against his will. Of course I did. Of course. We're family. Calling the police on family. Are you out of your mind?
On the way here, Minori had called the police again from the car. She told them there was a high probability her son had been taken by his in-laws. And I had just called them again myself. Since it was a call from a different person than Minori, it took a little time, but the police, who were already investigating it as a case of kidnapping of a minor, determined it was an emergency and rushed to the scene. It also helped that they found out Koda had been tricked into going with him.
If you're going to arrest someone, arrest her.
We've had our son and grandson stolen from us, and now you're trespassing on our property. Perhaps reaching his limit was being restrained. The grandfather's right elbow, flailing as he tried to shake off the officer's grip, slammed into the policeman's jaw. Sir! Ma'am! This is obstruction of justice. What did you say? Obstructions of justice is an offense for which you can be arrested on the spot. Hearing the officer's words, the in-laws' faces turned pale. We were just trying to get our stolen grandson back! It's your fault for not listening to our side of the story! And besides, it's no obstruction! My elbow just bumped into you! We were trying to save Koda from that evil woman! Give me a break. You're so obsessed with your son, they just want to collect everything he left behind. Taking Koda wasn't about him. It was just part of that. That's not true! A long time ago, I had the chance to work with your son, Keisuke Saito. It was during some casual conversation in a meeting. This is what he said. Going home to my wife and son makes me unbelievably happy. It's embarrassing to admit, but my parents were toxic, always trying to control me without realizing it. Living at home was suffocating. If I didn't do exactly what they wanted, they'd get hysterical screaming. Why don't you understand? So I had no choice but to suppress my own feelings and obey. That's why I was always thinking, I have to get out of here as soon as I can. I'm so grateful to my wife for choosing me, even with parents like that. That's why I've decided I will absolutely protect my wife and my son from my parents. My real family is just the two of them. In other words, the most important people to him weren't the parents who gave birth to him, but Minori and Koda. I could clearly picture his happy face as he told me that, and I struggled to swallow the surge of emotion.
What's your goal, spouting such nonsense?
Are you hurt, new man? Killed Keisuke and immediately found a replacement. You trump! I'm just a neighbor who lives in the same apartment building. Minori didn't kill her husband. She's a wonderful woman who is doing her best to raise Koda and fill his father's shoes.
That's right. To me, my mom is the most wonderful woman in the world. I'm going to protect her from my dad, who always protected us.
Koda?
Alright, let's hear the rest of your story down at the station. Showing no signs of remorse, and under the gaze of the neighbors who had gathered, the in-laws were arrested for obstructions of justice and taken away. Afterwards, Minori's in-laws were found guilty of kidnapping of a minor and obstruction of justice, receiving a 3-year prison sentence, suspended for 3 years. A condition of their probation is that they are forbidden from contacting Minori and her son.
I was just thinking of what's best for Kota.
It's a tragedy for our grandson to be raised by that woman. As his grandfather, it was my duty to rescue him. Was this their twisted form of love? Or was it just self-satisfaction? To me, it just looked like they were forcing their own value onto others. Going back in time, to right after the in-laws were taken away by the police.
I can't believe you knew my husband, Seichi. It's a small world.
I realized it when Koda showed me your family photo.
The one from the sports day.
I was surprised when Koda showed me his father's picture at the park earlier. Koda's father ran a company that delivered fresh, non-standard vegetables that you wouldn't find in supermarkets, directly from farmers to homes. That's how we knew each other through work. Your husband was always very kind to me. He was a wonderful person with a great character.
I see. I see.
Minori had reverted to her maiden name to cut ties with her in-laws. If he hadn't showed me the photo, I might never have realized. Love without respect for the other person isn't a blessing at all. But love that is given and received with mutual care and consideration is what creates a strong bond, just like theirs. Let's go look for a new place just in case. I'll help you.
You're coming with us, Seichi? Yeah.
Thank you. I hope this will be our last move.
But even after they moved, I continued to see Minori and Koda. 5, then 10 years later, I would still be watching over them, until one day, we became a real family. Little did I know at the time that we would spend our days laughing together as a family of 3. Before we left, I opened the car window for some reason. At that moment, though it wasn't spring, I felt a gentle breeze blow through.
Aww. This was such a sweet episode, and what horrible grandparents. Like, first of all, telling him that his mother is in the hospital? Like, how much trauma do you want to give to a child? Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Make sure to tell me what you liked in the below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!